Good evening, everyone. Welcome to The Good Life. We're going to talk tonight about the good life and what that means to you and what it means for, that which you represent. I always say I can only represent what represents me, and I can only ask you to represent what represents you. And I like to ask people what that represents to you, the good life. What's your would if you could? What would you do if you could do it? Oh, I would travel and I would see the world, or I would help, children, or I would help, missions, or I would do this, or I would do that if I could. Tonight we're going to talk about the could. If I would, I could. Tonight we're going to give you the could, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, the good life, and I like to ask people, if money and time were no issue, where would you go? What would you do? Would you see the world? Would you impact the world? Would you go and put your footprint in it and really make your time here count? And, and whether that's traveling for pleasure or whether it's traveling, and helping people to travel, that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about tonight, is the good life. And what really sets us apart is that we're not asking you to represent what we do. We're asking you to allow us to represent what you do. And that's what makes us so unique and so different and appealing to those of you who own businesses, or, you help with charities or high school football teams, or whatever it is that you're doing. The Good Life can help you to incentivize it and promote it, and really increase productivity in that which you already do. And so we have a $200 VIP card, a cash card that allows you to save on hotels or resorts anywhere in the world. And what makes it so unique is that you're giving this away for free. That's why we call it a gift. You're giving it away for free, and it allows people access to prices that you would receive. And we'll talk a little bit about the memberships in just a few minutes, but I want to really explain to you how it works. And so once you give this card to someone, okay, you can ask them to go and look at the back of the card, and there's instructions of how to activate it. And it's going to send them to vip.goodlifeusa.com. And right there on the screen, it's going to ask them for their activation code. Right on the bottom right-hand corner of that card that you're giving them, there's an activation code. And they'll enter that code right here on the bottom of the screen. When they do, it's going to bring a search engine that they can see. And the search engine is similar to what you may have seen as, Expedia or Priceline or Travelocity, or any of those search engines that you may book your hotels or resorts through. And so, in fact, all of the search engines that are out there, there's Travelocity and Trivago and Cheap Tickets and Orbitz, and they're all owned by only two. Priceline and Expedia pretty much own all of them. And we tap into that same inventory. In fact, we get the direct wholesale pricing, which allows us buying power. And then that's something I'm going to talk a little bit about tonight. But just so you can see the visual, this is what they are going to see, a search engine, and it's going to ask them, where do you want to go and what dates do you want to go there? And you'll notice that it's going to show a $200 VIP Club dollars. This is kind of like their wallet, okay? And it also shows it at the top, your VIP Club dollars, 200. And you're going to search, where do you want to go? What dates do you want to go there? And the way that it works is, as they're saving $200, you're making 50% of whatever they save, up to $100, okay? And so $100 is the return back to you once they've used that $200 gift that you gave them. And this is so exciting, guys. In fact, some of you have seen the video that we're working on. And it's just exciting because that's as simple as it gets. If you give someone $200 and $100 can come back to you. It doesn't get any easier than that. You're not selling anything. You're not, asking anyone for their name or their information. There's no sign-ups. There's no strings attached. It's as simple as giving someone $200 and $100 comes back to you. And so let's say that, someone activates their card and they want to stay at, Orlando, and they want to book a suite in Orlando, and the normal price on the internet, Expedia, Priceline, are going to have it for $133, okay? And they activated their $200 card that you gave them as a gift, and it allows them to save $90 per night. Maybe they stay there for 2 nights. Guess what, guys? Maybe they stay there for 3 nights. I'm going to give you a little tip. If they exceed that $200 that you gifted them, that you gave them access to, if they exceed that within their first booking, within one single booking, the company is going to allow it to go through. So they could actually have the potential of saving more than $200, but they will at least save $200. And so you will receive 50% of whatever they save as they save it. If they only stay for 1 night, you don't have to wait for them to use the whole $200, but you are going to get 50%. If they stay for 3 nights, you will get the full $100 back to you. Another example is the DoubleTree. Okay, if they save $139 a night, then you make $69 each night that they stay and save that. And so 50% comes back to you. We actually have buying power because we have direct wholesale pricing, which allows us to give our members a discounted rate, direct wholesale pricing, and it allows you to give $200 cards as a gift to your friends, family, customers, okay? And I want to talk a little bit about how we use this. Imagine not just, and I'm going to kind of expand this for a minute. I guess I can't expand my PowerPoint. But imagine not just giving out a $200 card, but co-branding it. Imagine putting your label, your brand that's unique to you or your business or your charity or your church or your high school football team. Imagine branding it with your team logo or your charity or whatever it is that you want to represent, and not only giving them away for free, but exchanging for donations back to your charity or your cause. Imagine exchanging, these cards, and these cards cost you 20 cents. You can get them for as low as 10 cents a piece, but, just on the high, I want to talk, without bulk orders, just as an average order, 20 cents a card. Imagine taking, 500 cards and donating that. That would cost you $100, right? 20 cents times 500 cards would cost you $100. Imagine donating that stack of cards to your high school football team or the PTA or your favorite charity, and allowing them to exchange those for donations of $10 a card. You just gave them $5,000 cash. And because you donated the cards, $100 potentially on each card is coming back to you. I mean, there isn't anything like this. And so, that excites me because I actually do funding for inner city football, and, we send kids to combines and football camps and things like that. And I like to empower. I like to give a hand up, not a hand out. And I absolutely loved the idea of, using this as fundraising. And, not only are you giving them the potential to go out and raise funds, but $100 on every single card can come back to you when the people activate and use their gift. And so the way that it works is that of the $200 on that card, $100 comes back to you when they activate and use the card. That means when they check into the hotel and that hotel validates that you were there. Yes, Jane Smith checked in, she was here, and they validate that back to the consolidator. Guys, we work with the largest consolidator. We have the largest inventory of hotels and resorts anywhere in the world, okay? And so once they validate that back to the consolidator, the hotel pays the consolidator pays Good Life, and $100 comes back to you. $25 goes to your sponsor. So whoever shared this opportunity with you, as you're distributing cards and you're bringing in $100 on each of those cards, $25 goes to your sponsor, and $25 goes all the way up mine 20 levels. And I'm going to explain to you the dynamics of that in just a moment, because we actually pay on over 2 million positions. So imagine $25 being split, $1.25 all the way up, all of those 2 million positions. The potential in that is incredible, and you can let that marinate for just a minute. But imagine that. I mean, how many cards would you absolutely just go out and give away? I mean, just give them away. I can tell you, I live in Miami, and this is vacation Mecca. All the tourists come here, okay? And so I could go to any beach. I could turn my head in any direction and go there, and there's a beach with tourists. I could go a couple hours up the road and stand in the Disney World parking lot and just hand out cards for free all day long. And I know for a fact that people are going to use it because I'm giving them $200 savings for free. I'm not asking them for anything. I'm simply giving it. And that's, I've always been told what you give will always come back to you. And I've been proven right every single time I say it. And so, wherever I go, I could hand out cards. I could pick my favorite resort and go there and hand out $200 gift cards for free. And I know that as they're saving $200, I'm making $100 on each one of them. And that excites me. I could go on a cruise and get paid to be there. Imagine that. Where would you go if you could get paid to be there for free? And so, how many cards would you give away? 100, 500, 1,000? And multiply your answer times $100 back to you. The potential is that great, okay? So we're not here to make income claims tonight. I want to be very clear that if you do nothing, you get nothing. But if you even just do the slightest, okay, if all you can do is give away cards for free, you have just as much equal opportunity to be successful as I do or the next person. And so that excites me. I want to talk a little bit about the people behind this company, because just as exciting as what I'm offering you tonight and what we're talking about, none of it works without the correct infrastructure, without the people that make it happen, without the people behind it. And so we have what I call the dream team. And I believe in partnerships. I believe in balance. And in fact, that's what I love the most about our corporate team is the balance that they bring to the table. And you really need to have a little piece of each. And so Mark has an incredible background, an incredible successful history in network marketing, in the field, just where we're at and just what we're doing. He's been very successful. He first started a company back in the 70s that was a protein shake and kind of the precursor to one of the largest in the industry, even of our time now. And he had a protein shake, and a man by the name of Mark Hughes came to him and said, you know what, I want to use your shake, and I want to add a few herbs to it, and I want to call it Herbalife. And many of you have heard of Herbalife. If you haven't, just Google it. It's just one of the largest in the industry. They used a pin or a button or a tool that said, lose weight now, ask me how. And they built their entire company based on that protein shake and that pin. And what I love about Mark is he is a visionary. He's very creative, and he's a visionary. And so, he created an entire company around a tool, around a $200 VIP cash card that you could give away for free, that even Susie Homemaker, who doesn't know anyone and doesn't want to talk to people and couldn't sell, water to a thirsty man, even she can be successful because all you have to do is simply give this away for free. And that's the kind of visionary he is. He doesn't just see the big, massive growth for all of us who have teams that we can bring to the table, but he looks at the little guy. He looks at that person who couldn't do it, who couldn't sell anything, who doesn't talk to people, and even they can be successful. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but that's who Mark is. He also helped to develop the very first multi-level compensation plan in our industry, and it's still used today. Very, very successful. And so, he's a visionary, very creative, and he's just a genius when it comes to marketing. However, you can't build and run a company on just creativity, and you can't run a company without it. And so that's the piece of the puzzle that he brings. But he also brought to the table a man by the name of Matt Landau. Matt is the president of Good Life, and Matt is a very successful lawyer here in the Palm Beaches in Florida. Very successful. His family works in litigation and injury law, but he has been very successful in business law, and he just knows his relationships and his experience that he brings to the table, one of which is a man by the name of Eddie Dubner. Eddie Dubner is a venture capitalist, and he has not only more money than we have air to breathe, but he has an extensive amount of experience and success behind his name. He is what they call a serial entrepreneur, and he brings to the table not only his money and not only his experience, but all of his relationships, his entire entourage. And he brings it to the table and he gets it done. He's not just here by name and money, but he's put his hands on it. He's put, the grind to it. And he's that man who will see it all the way through. In fact, he's at the office every single day making it work. And so he's very hands-on. And, Eddie, just to give you some of his background, his family owns one of the largest coffee distributions in the world. He's very successful in, bringing companies from startup to over $100 million within 1 year of conception. He's also known to have invented the bulletproof vests as we know them today, the current modern-day bulletproof vests that our police officers wear. And so he's very, very successful in what he does. And he looked at this model in the industry. Travel is over a $13 trillion industry, and all the other industries use it. So, it's just a no-brainer when you're giving it away for free. And so, and then he brings, of course, the relationships and the exclusivity and contracts to the table that nobody else could put their hands on because of who he is and because of who he knows. He can bring that. And he's brought a man by the name of Greg Hausch. Greg Hausch is an incredible figure, and those of you who may have heard of him would probably associate him as one of the original founders of Anonymous, one of the admins for WikiLeaks. He is on CNBC almost every other week. There's documentaries and movies written about him. I was on the phone with someone yesterday, and she said, I just saw a movie about Greg Hausch, and I was so excited. And you know what, guys? That's our in-house programmer. And let me tell you why that's important and why that's so exciting, because network marketing companies typically will purchase platforms and templates from these companies like Exego and different companies that are in the industry that sell templates and platforms. The problem is they're running off of 20-year-old technology, and they're full of glitches. And, these 20-year-old platforms are not up to date with current technology. So Greg came on board, and he brought experience of programming. And this is a guy who, it takes one to know one, I say. As a kid, he hacked into the Pentagon. I mean, this is a guy who knows his way around computer programming, and now he works with our federal government to protect our country from cyber hackers. That's what he does. And if you Google him, his name is Greg Hausch, Housh. And, I would encourage you to Google him because I'm very proud to say he is our in-house programmer. Everything that we have is current and up to date with the newest and the greatest technology. Okay, and in fact, we have a platform that is developed and put together specifically for what we have, and it can hold over 1 million signups a day. We're not just building for the here and now. We're building for growth. We've already experienced growth spurts, and we're anticipating growth in the millions per day. And we're set up on those same platforms that Facebook and Amazon are set up on. And so that's very exciting. Eddie Governor also brought to the table legal advisors, and our legal advisors are from a law firm called Greenberg and Traurig, and specifically James Prochnow. If you want to Google him, James Prochnow, Prochtnow. I encourage you to Google him, because I'm very proud to say these are our legal advisors. They are federal prosecutors on behalf of the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. And, guys that other companies are running away from and hiding from, we're partnered up with them. We're teamed up with them. And it doesn't get any tighter than that. These guys have combed through everything that we're doing, and they put their name and approval on all of it. And, and there's reasons behind that, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is exciting. This is not just your typical, ground floor opportunity. It's not a ground floor risk. And that's what's exciting, because the infrastructure and the people driving it, the people making it happen are the real deal. And so we're very, very excited about what we have, but we're even more excited about the people behind it. I want to draw a line down the middle just for a few minutes. And I want to talk about the opportunity behind the company, because, you could just come on board and use these $200, cards and these cash cards, these VIP cards as giveaways or incentives, and there's ways to use it. In fact, I have people texting me, talk about the cards, how do you use them? Well, you can use them as promotional incentives. You can use them, buy my product today and you're going to get a $200 gift, as a thank you. Maybe you have a car dealership and you want to run an end of the month push. Here we are coming up to the New Year's, right? Out with the old, on with the new. That applies to inventory, especially for car dealerships. Imagine running an end of the month push and saying, you know what, the first 100 people through the door who do a test drive, you're going to walk away with a $200 gift from our dealership. Imagine, co-branding and putting your name and your unique logo and your brand to it. Imagine the charities and the high school football teams that, maybe either want to create exposure for the community and your team, or maybe you want to generate and use it as a fundraising. And so there's all different ways to use this card. And what I love about it is that, it costs 20 cents to make $100. And that's as simple as it gets. But draw a line, okay, because that's one opportunity in and of itself. But there is an opportunity behind the company. And as you share this company and as you share this opportunity with people, there is a fast start pay. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we pay in this company and the compensation behind it. Here I have an example of a platinum IBO. An IBO is an independent business owner. And this is just an example. If you are a platinum IBO and you're signing up or you're sharing this company and this opportunity with people, you have the potential, if you receive $75 on each person that you personally sponsor as a gold or a platinum IBO. And in this example, you'll see 5 enrollments here. You don't have to sponsor 5. This is simply an example, okay? In fact, I'm going to share with you how you can be successful if all you ever did was share it with 2 people. But first, I want to share with you this example because we are going to have a promotion in January. And if you are an IBO or you become one tonight, tomorrow we will have training and Q&A, and please feel free to join us on that call, and we're going to talk a little bit about the promotion that is in place for January. So just understand what I'm sharing right now is simply an example, okay? So let's say that you personally sponsored 5 people, okay? $75 on anyone they sponsor, that you sponsor, $50 on anyone they sponsor, and as a platinum only, as a platinum, you also have a third tier of $25 for their people sponsored. And so that's one of the benefits of becoming a platinum versus a gold. And we'll talk a little bit about that, but just keep this visual in your mind, that third tier of $25 on their sponsorship. There's also a team tree, and I'm not going to get into the details tonight. This is not a training call. It's simply a presentation to kind of show you the possibilities and the opportunity behind what we have. But I do want to let you know that we actually pay on over 2 million positions, and I'm not going to get into the details of that, but I will tell you this, the commissionable volume is not simply based on the memberships that are generated, but also, as we talked about, $1.25 from each one of those cards that are activated and used. Imagine 2 million positions. I'm not talking about 2 million people. I'm talking about 2 million positions that are distributing hundreds or thousands of cards each. Imagine $1.25 per card, not per person, per card on over 2 million positions, generating all the way up line. That's exciting, guys. And it gets even better because we also have something called IBO teams. And everything I'm talking about tonight is patent pending. There is absolutely no way that anyone could even think about duplicating what we have. It is so exciting. And if all I ever showed you was just the card, that's exciting. If all I ever did was just show you IBO teams, which I'm going to show you now, I have people whose their head is spinning off their body just over what I'm about to show you right now. So IBO teams, this is exciting because once you bring in 2 people, okay, anyone after that, you start to generate what's called IBO teams. And again, this is not a training call. I'm not going to get into the details, but I will tell you this. Every one of these shared teams where you see the double dollar signs, that's because you're double dipping on work that you've already done, okay? You're already getting paid here on everything that happens under you, but you're getting paid again on all of these legs, okay? I'm telling you guys, it's like hitting the jackpot. It's like the free parking on your Monopoly board, and it's very, very exciting. And so each one of these shared IBO teams starts a whole another 2 million positions of potential pay, and that is huge. We'll do some training calls for those of you who, are interested in this opportunity. Find out what our schedule is, and we'll do that. But this is so big. And the third game changer that I want to talk about is what we call our legacy trees, okay? And this is where this is going to tug on your heartstrings because we all know those people who need a new way. We all know those people who they want it. They can taste it. They want it so bad, but they don't know people. They may not have the distribution channels that you have. They may not know thousands of people. They may not, not everybody has that gift of gab that I have. And not everybody has, what it takes to really go out and be successful. Network marketing, direct sales, it's a hard industry. It really is. It's not easy. People think that you just get in and get lucky. It's not. It takes a little bit of work, and it takes some backbone, and it really takes a team to create success. And I'm proud to say we have that team. We have the top leaders in our team, and that's exciting. But let me tell you what this legacy tree is all about. It's not just the legacy of our company, but it's your legacy if you allow it to be. It's your legacy. Do you know what it takes to qualify for this legacy tree? You plus 2. That's it. And I'm going to tell you why that matters, because the legacy tree is in addition to your downline. It's not about what you do. It's not about you bringing in thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. It's not about what's going on in your downline. This is in addition, outside of your team. you plus two, as you come on board and you partner with Good Life as a gold or a platinum IBO, and you personally sponsor two people as a gold or a platinum IBO, you take a position in a company-wide matrix, whatever the next open position is, and it doesn't matter who signed you up, it doesn't matter who you've signed up, you fall into the next open position within a company-wide downline. I'm talking a one world global genealogy, one line, okay? And you're at the top of it. And so why is that so exciting? Because if you can get two people to see the vision, and I tell everyone, go get two people like your life depends on it, because the quality of your life does depend on it. I don't want you to look back 5 years from now, 10 years from now and say, wow, I was at the top of that. All I had to do was get two people and I would be sitting on top of hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people. As we go into global territories, we're not, as other companies have separate legs for separate countries, this is one leg, one global genealogy. And as the company grows, it has the potential to grow under you depending on where you're at in this tree. Right now, there's only a few hundred people in the tree. You're sitting up in this area right here. All of what you see here, it's not a maybe. It's already positioned to grow. So this is exciting because I'm telling everyone, don't miss the boat. Get in the boat because you're going to float on the work of everyone else. As big industry builders come on board, which they have, okay, and I'm talking, distributors that companies pay for, all right, they came here without a deal. They didn't ask for a deal. They saw the potential and came voluntarily into a position just to be in position for what's about to break loose. I mean, you're sitting on top of a water spout ready to blow, and that's really what this is. So imagine you plus two can put you right here at the top of this tree to where all the growth that's about to occur could and will occur under you. As the company grows, it grows under you. There's 25% of the entire company commissionable volume that pays into this tree. And so in addition to your downline and your team commissions, this is just another avenue. It's very exciting. So let's talk briefly the difference between a gold or a platinum IBO membership. And I want to let you know there are other memberships. When you go to enroll, you will see, silvers and a basic IBO and silvers and all of that. You have to enroll as a gold or a platinum IBO in order to position yourself to qualify into the legacy tree. You need to be a gold or a platinum IBO. And so the difference between them, and there is a membership here, guys, and we haven't talked a lot about it, but I will tell you the membership is crazy. It's amazing. You have access to the largest inventory of hotels and resorts anywhere in the world. Rental cars, airlines, dining. You can get, $25 dining coupons for $2 and $4, and I'll show you more about that another time. I'm actually putting together a webinar that I can actually show you how to use those services and those benefits. You can get entertainment, maybe concert tickets or NBA games and NFL games and whatever type of entertainment that you choose. Movie tickets and Broadway plays. You can get discounts on your retail purchases, and you also get an exclusive cruise engine where you can book cruises. Not only cruises, but you can also book cruise getaways that have already been packaged up for you. Just to give you an example, I was booked on a cruise that was a $3,200 per person Alaskan cruise, and I saw the exact same one through my membership for $1,071. And so and it wasn't an inside stateroom. It was actually a balcony room, and it was in a premier spot on the ship. And so you do have access to that, cruise getaways. And, as a platinum, people always want to know what's the difference between the gold and the platinum. The platinum, in addition to everything that I just talked about, you also have access to the largest inventory of timeshares and five-star luxury condos in our industry. You also have a personal concierge service. Okay, so let's say that, you don't want to book it. You just want to go there. You can call an 800 number and just let them know, I'm going to New York. I want to stay at Times Square. I want to see this Broadway show. I need a rental car, and you tell them what you want, and they'll take care of it all for you. Okay, and it's that simple. As I said earlier, you also get deeper commissions. You get fast start commissions on the third tier, which is $25 on the third tier of enrollment. You also get fantasy getaways. Fantasy getaways are international travel packages. I mean, if you want to go to Israel, or you want to go to an African safari, or you want to go to Greece, or you want to go to, Costa Rica, wherever you want to go, you're going to save a lot of money. You may save $1,000 per person or even more. And you're going to have that trip all inclusive. It includes your meals, your tour guide, your itinerary. Everything is included, your airfare and all of that. And so, it is very exciting, guys. If you want to live the good life, what does that mean to you? It's not just living the good life. It's not enough just to take a trip and vacation and see the world, but who are you impacting when you're doing that? And, that's what I love about this, is that you're able to have fun and enjoy your life, but at the same time, we offer a $200 cash VIP club card that you can give away to people, and not only give it away, but use it as fundraising to make a difference in the world. I watched a documentary, and I watched it at a lady's house, and she put this documentary on, and it was called One Piece at a Time, P-E-A-C-E, One Piece at a Time. And she got it at her local library, and we watched it. And I had tears in my eyes because I'm watching how easy it is to really help people around the world. And it was a documentary of all the different foundations around the world and what they're doing to make a difference. And, I didn't realize you can actually build a school in a third world country for these kids for under $300. You can build a house. You can build a well to give clean water to people for less than $3,000. And these are things that we can do. I'm a single mom with 2 kids. And you know what? I never received child support. I never, asked for handouts. I always worked, and I went to college, and I put myself through school, and I did what I had to do. And you know what? This really spoke to me, because even for $20, I could buy 100 of these cards, and I could exchange for $10 donations, and I could raise $10 a card would give me $1,000 cash to donate toward any cause that I chose. Even as a single mom, I could afford $20 that would turn into $1,000 that could potentially do some great things around the world. And so, I believe in leaving your footprint. I don't believe in just passing through this world and me. What's in it for me? What can I have? I want to. No, this is about, not just, I believe in living your life so that you are of service to those around you. And if you have it, then put it to work, put it to use. And so we have a card that not only can benefit you, but it can help you to benefit those around you in some way or another. And it can also take your business to the next level. Whatever it is that you represent, this will represent you. It'll increase productivity, promotional incentives. fundraising, and all of the above, everything that we talked about. So my question to you, what's your would if I could? And what is stopping you? There's absolutely nothing in your way now other than a choice, a decision. And so you have to choose not only to live the good life, but choose to give the good life. Choose to give it. And as you give it, it's already designed to give back to you. And so with that, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to remind you guys, it is the holiday season, okay? This is the gift that gives back to you. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, Q&A and training for those of you who want to get involved. I highly recommend bringing your questions to that call. We've had great turnouts and just really a lot of fun on there. And so it's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern, and I want to wish everyone happy holidays and have a great night. Thanks for being here.